Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Monday, April 10th, 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 2023. Shiveluch explodes into the stratosphere, sending soot and ash 52,000 feet into the air. It is spectacular. Very little footage on the boom. Another big story: Greenland has record ice gain in April. Keep calm, it's boom time. Things are getting squirrely. And as far as weather concerned, a record spike in Greenland ice sheet happening in April as we're entering the melt season come the 1st of June. Lubbock area hammered by hail on Easter, but overall it's a quiet forecast for the next few days. Which is rare in spring, ding ding, as spring snow sweeps southwest China. And Jackson Hole sees its snowiest season ever, as Australia is also unseasonably cold, if I may be so bold. There's that spike, boom! In Greenland, as you can see the ice building here on the southeastern shore in a big way. Hey. That is over 7 gigatons of ice gained on April 9th alone. Easter avalanche in the French Alps kills 6, according to authorities. The death toll from an avalanche in the French Alps Sunday rose to 6, including 2 mountain guides, local authorities said Monday. The prosecutor's office in Bonneville in the Haute-Savoie region said a 6th body was found after searches resumed Monday morning. So thoughts and prayers go out to those affected. And here's the forecast. Unsettled in the northwest, developing low in the Gulf of Mexico. A series of weather systems moving through the northwest will bring locally heavy rain, heavy mountain snow, and areas of high winds. A developing low in the Gulf of Mexico will bring increasing threats of heavy rain that could cause flooding to parts of the Gulf Coast and the southeast mid to late week, and we'll get to that in a moment. Wintry conditions persist in eastern and south central Alaska as winter is hanging on. Here is that system in the Pacific Northwest bringing snow and rain. There is some rain in central and south Texas, and let's move this through. Tuesday will be your lose day in the Pacific Northwest. That snow is going to move into Montana and drop down into Oregon with heavy snow in the mountains. And then by Thursday, we're going to see the threat here for some severe weather off the coast of Louisiana popping up Wednesday and into Thursday. And by Friday, it will be moving across Florida and into Georgia. So heads up for the severe weather threat as Montana is getting pummeled by Friday. By the beginning of the weekend, Saturday, the storm is going to bomb out and bring the first of 2 systems to Ontario that could bring record depths. Look at this, 1.5 meters by the end of April. That is insane. Let's walk the snow through. Here's Tuesday through Wednesday. Heavy snow in Washington State down through Oregon. Some snow popping up in northern Idaho as well. Thursday through Friday, that snow is going to drop down to the Four Corners region, bringing snow to Utah, Wyoming, and the southern Rocky Mountains here, particularly in the Four Corners region, where we could see up to 1 foot or more, Al Gorzabor. Shut up, Al! Get in your hole! And take a look at the first system here, Saturday, exploding over Ontario, bringing up to 4 feet of snow Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That storm Tuesday and Wednesday could bring some flurries over into New England here. And then a second system on the models lining up here just a few days later. Friday, April 21st, 2nd, and 3rd. Could bring some crippling snow to Ontario here. So stay tuned for more news and updates. Volcano Watch. April is Tsunami Awareness Month in Hawaii. Now, Governor Green recently proclaimed that April is again Tsunami Awareness Month for the state of Hawaii. This is not to be confused with World Tsunami Awareness Day, which is November 5th. So make sure you don't confuse the two. Who knew? Now you do. Worldwide Volcano News Update. We've got Fuego, Semaru, Shiveluch, Dukono, Reventador, Sangay to 19, Reventador to 14, Semaru to 14,000. Dukono to 6,000, and Shiveluch still coming up 12 hours later with ash to 52,000 feet. That is not the big boom, but here's the report. Explosive activity continues. Volcanic ash advisory center, Tokyo, warned about volcanic ash plume that rose an estimated 52,000 feet altitude, or flight level 520, and is moving 35 knots northwest. That's a stratospheric boom. We confirmed it with Russian media, where they say the ash was a height of 20 kilometers. That's 60,000 plus feet. So we could be seeing some adjusted numbers. But the telegram shows the ash fall here near Shiveluch is quite epic. Take a look at the depths there, several inches. Here's a video of the ash falling after the eruption earlier today, which we have here and is spectacular, the footage. This is a big boom, VEI 3 or 4. It is definitely one or the other based on what we're seeing here. Now take a look at the size of the explosion. And this is just the lower regions. That first donut cloud that we're panning in on here is pretty impressive. Let's get out of here and go to this. Hello. Yeah, that's really, why aren't we seeing that on the telegram? There it is. Let's maximize this baby. How do we do that? Well, I don't think we can. But here we can see a much better view of that Shiveluch eruption. You can see how it's pancaking out here way up here high. That is the top of the explosion pancaking out on the stratosphere. That's what happens in these large, look at the ripples there. And there's, in fact, some volcanic and lightning activity, electrical activity there in the lower plume that we can see. Absolutely a massive eruption. I really wish we could blow this up. But this is the best we can do. And this is the only footage of the big boom to 52,000 feet coming from Shiveluch. I'm going to just jump out and say it's definitely VEI 4 based on the visuals here and the height. So we've got another volcano on top of Hunga Tonga that could be adding some cooling effects this summer. What a bummer. Space weather news update. Let's take a look at the sun. All is quiet as far as flaring. Some small, tiny spots peppering the disk. Very few coronal holes that are any significant size. And flaring is now in the B range, B7.1. The 3-day geomagnetic forecast is all quiet as we are in solar max. Now, we could be looking at a big earthquake coming up in the next 24 hours. Jupiter is in conjunction with the sun April 11th, 2023 at 22 UTC at 5 p.m. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on the earthquakes. And let's take a look at the earthquake map. Here we are at the USGS. It appears as if there are no quakes of note. There were some 6 magnitude over the last 36 hours. All has quieted on the Ring of Fire, except for the big boom in Kamchatka. But overall, seismicity is at a lull. Now, study finds record-breaking rates of sea level rise along the U.S., Southeast, and Gulf coasts. Well, this rose an eyebrow, and so I said, gee, I wonder if they're full of doo-doo, perhaps. Maybe this is a sharticle. And according to the article, sea levels along the U.S., Southeast, and Gulf coasts have been rapidly accelerating, reaching record-breaking rates over the past 12 years. So I went to check some sea level data. So first I took the Key West data, and there you can see that there's almost no acceleration, if any pattern, a drop in sea level since the mid-early 90s. I went to Cedar Key in Florida, where you can see since 2015 there is no change in sea level. Certainly not an acceleration or rapid rise. So then I went to Miami Beach, where you can see sea level since 1970 on Miami Beach has been dropping. In fact, it's dropped 2 inches since 1970. So, no rapid sea level rise. I don't know how they can just get away with that. It's insane. What say you? Almost 70 infections linked to recalled eye drops in 16 states. I hope you don't use artificial tears. And if you do, throw it in the bin. The bacterium Pseudomonas aeruginosa, which is mutated over time to evade most treatments, is now killing people. It hadn't been found in the U.S. until last year, and now it's in artificial tears. These fucking queers. The deadly bacteria is linked to recalled eye drops, causing infection and blindness, and has never been seen in the U.S. until 2022. Thanks, Big Pharma. Did you see Bitcoin? It's about to hit 30 grand. It made a big jump in the last 12 hours. I hope you got some. And we partnered with Eden Grow Systems years ago, and they've just got their production up, and we're about to get our first unit here to test out. Go check out their ET200 Grow Tower double deck with reservoir. It is aeroponics to the extreme, where you can grow all of your food, let's say underground, in secret if you need to. It's a prepper's dream. You can grow this unit has a 64 plant capacity, suitable for plants up to 1 feet, but they make all different types, even if you want to grow a little bit of the cannabis. Now, the Dalai Lama. Ew! This is gross. He apologizes after kissing a boy and asking him to suck his tongue. Brrr. Even Al Gore wouldn't drop to that level. And that is a boon to knowledge. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. The most important thing you can do to help us out is share this video. We've been shadow banned for now 4.5 years, and we need this to get out of the Al Gore rhythm. We love each and every one of you. Be safe. And that is a boon.